I know it's been a while. It's been a while, bro. I haven't seen it in a long time. Yo, bro, it's been a while, bro. I had to reset, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Had to reset, bro. We miss you, old ball. All right, see, we already on the boat. I had to reset, bro. When I was streaming before, bro, I was hurting, bro. My body was out, bro. And I felt like I was streaming long hours, and I just was still, like, my knee hurting and shit, bro. Like, where's this video where when Davis tried to back it up on me? I know y'all like, oh, it's a question mark, but nah, that same shit when he's playing basketball on Asian stream, I hurt my knee. And then I was like, yo, nah, after this, bro.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. And yeah, I know people are saying again or whatever the case may be. What if I told you Chris never really rehabbed his knee in the first place? That AMP football video, I feel like that came out around Super Bowl time one year or whatever the case may be, or was supposed to come out Super Bowl time one year. But ultimately, it's never been, from my understanding, a true rehab. A knee is like a long time process. An ACL injury is a long time process. And if you don't actually try to rehab it, if you don't actually try to go about, fixing the issue, the only thing that's going to happen is that it's not going to go anywhere. And I learned that myself because, I hurt myself and I truly never went to the doctor. So the fact that he's in this group where they're doing stuff, he's around guys where they're doing stuff, all of it's athletic and all that stuff like that. Hey, man, it's going to take a long time. But I do see people like Cardiac in the chat. He had plans of turning the rehab into content, but I know ultimately things don't go as planned. Also, mentally, like, that's draining. Like, going through that injury, that's draining. That's really, really draining. So, some people are surprised that it's been 2 years. Hey, if you never address the problem, all it's going to become is just a nagging injury to where every little thing is affecting it.
I got to get in the gym. I was like, bro, I'm like dead ass, bro. And I was not in it, bro. I was like streaming. I was tired the next day, bro. I was like, bro, I just could not focus on me, bro. And then even with music, bro, I felt like I was recording music this whole time as like these days I wasn't streaming. And it was like, bro, I have to experience life. And I was like streaming every day. Well, not every day. Like 3 days. To be honest, come on, like 3 days or something. Oh yeah, and you right there, let me smack that ass. Even when I was in Maryland, bro,
What? What just happened? Why did he say that? What?
Oh yeah, and you right there, let me smack that ass.
I feel violated.
Even when I was in Maryland, bro, I was just at Maryland, seeing my mom, bro. I haven't seen my mom and my family in so long, bro. Like, it was so good. It was such a good reset, bro. I was talking to the Philly from Beta Squad, bro. Well, he's not in Beta Squad, but I was talking to Philly, and we was talking about like how we always just live this fast life and we don't see our family. And I haven't been seeing my family.
You know what's crazy? If you look at like AMP, and this is for like a lot of people who are in careers and do entrepreneurial endeavors. People like, I'm gonna stress this so much just for until the day that I die. Entrepreneurship is not all it's cracked up to be. This idea of making your schedule is not all it's cracked up to be. Like, especially when you're going and you're successful and you can see it, yo, you're working more than the 40 hours a week. You're pretty much doubling that. And so you're going to have to make sacrifices. Now, it is good that Chris is young. And why I say that specifically because he himself is not taking care of a family. He still has his mom, he still has his brothers, he still has his sister, siblings or whatever the case may be. Not necessarily brothers, but never mind. He has siblings. He has his dad, he has friends, he has all these other things that he wants to be a part of. And he is a part of this super group that is taking him all over the world, that has him making content left, right, and sideways, and that has everything moving at a fast pace. But you got to remember, like, Chris didn't come up making content traditionally like the others in the group. So the problem can be, all right, I'm shifted into this, but I'm used to every Friday night I can go out, you know, especially if I'm just editing or whatever the case may be, I could just tell them, hey, I'll have it to you in the morning. I can go out for a little while, come back, edit or whatever the case may be. But now, especially with the way that they do streaming, I think that it's just become even harder. Gabe, you would have to tell me the business where, especially starting off as an entrepreneur, you aren't hands-on like that. And if you're not hands-on like that, that means that you're not running a successful business. I just firmly believe that. But we're talking about agent streams 9 hours a night, 6 hours a night. You know what I'm saying? And then that's on top of recording for other channels. That's on top of brand deals, sponsorships, partnerships, flying all these different places, interviews, podcasts. That's on top of all these other things. And that doesn't include the other business ventures that he has, investments, you know, Airbnbs, et cetera, et cetera. Nobody is talking about all that stuff. I haven't yet mentioned family. Where Kanye talk about it. Sometimes you're going to miss a birthday. Sometimes you're going to miss family reunions. You're going to miss all these things. But, you know, I guess it's cool because you're at the VMAs. I guess it's cool. And if you're really big in the family, like, that can be tough.
So it's like, that's definitely been great for me. You know, my sister is the best volleyball I have ever seen. And she definitely cooking in that volleyball. You know, my dad know everything about my content now. He came to the A&P house.
Oh, that's
no
good.
cap. Came to the A&P house. And I was like, yeah.
I remember when Chris was like, my parents don't know anything about the content that I do. Like, neither of them know about the content that I do. And I was like, why? Just tell them. He was like, nah, they African. They know it's different. I'm cursing and all this stuff, acting wild on camera. But it's good to hear that they know everything that he does. And they can be proud of him because, like, what they doing is big. And I told him, like, I asked them, what do you do when they find out? Like, if they're at work and somebody shows them their son. He's like, I mean, that's just how it's gonna have to be. Like, they just gonna have to find out that way.
Yo,
so,
I was so,
that's good.
Scared to even, bro, you feel me? My dad Nigerian, bro. I ain't know how, bro. I was like, if my dad came to the A&P house when we first was starting this bitch off, bro. Oh my gosh. Imagine he came around the A&P pool party time, bro. That'd be crazy as shit. Nigga, he'd be like, who the fuck is all these? All right, like, yeah, niggas are saying, I went to Maryland. You know, me and Canel, we went to, Canel was in Maryland, and I treated that nigga to some mumbo wings, nigga, exploded. I put the nigga on to some mumbo wings, nigga, mumbo sauce, nigga. And he loved this shit, nigga. He said 10 out of 10. But offering the drinks, right? I ain't like the drinks. I don't like soda. That's all they had. So I go to 7-Eleven. The cashier notices me, but not like that. He's like, hold on, are you that cameraman, nigga, for casting that? Are you that cameraman, nigga, for casting that? You do the editing and you do the video, what you do with the cameraman work shit?
No.
It's like, nah, that ain't me. I'm thinking he talking about Chris NYC. I go get my drink. I'm thinking he talking about Chris NYC, bro. Thinking, oh, okay, yo, he talking about maybe, casting that has reached to a different level. He pulls up this picture, nigga. I'ma just search it on Google, bro. He said, nigga, aren't you the camera? I said, no.
Bruh, I told y'all last night how I felt about this. Specific thing. This literal specific thing. I told y'all last night how I felt about this. Look, bruh. And it's crazy. It's crazy because, like, we should understand as younger people, like, this is a respectable line of work now. Like, there's people that are at least making some sort of money. We're not talking about careers. I'm just talking about jobs or whatever the case may be. But, like, there are people that are making respectable amounts of money. More money than the dude working at the gas station. And no disrespect. But I swear to God, the way that people diminish this shit, that shit pisses me off. That shit be pissing me off sometimes. And so, you know what? Somebody might be like, Omar, they don't mean no harm. Fuck them. I'm being dead ass. He want to be cussing that. Bitch, look at my wrist. I'm Let's Keep It a Buck Omar. I'm old Meezy. Fuck you thought this was? Like, I promise you. And sometimes it doesn't bother me. Like, I can remember now, like looking back when my brother was doing it, and people would just give unsolicited advice or whatever the case may be. This was at like the most recent family reunion, I believe, or most recent funeral or whatever. One of the two. My brother would tell them what he does, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, so are you thinking about finishing school or whatever the case may be?" And at this point, school isn't, it doesn't do anything for me at this point. Or, oh, I think you should do football. You should do football. Okay, I'm Legend of Winning. I already do this. Like, I already do that. One of them that people come up with me and get is like, oh, you should, what they be saying? Oh, you should have me on your podcast. I'm good. I
gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good. Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
No, Kevin, they're not saying you should like play football. They're saying he should cover football. And it's like, all right, I've built like a basketball face. Like, I am a basketball brand. Like, I'm cool off of doing football, but appreciate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you saying what you said. I guess. To hell. Like, no, I don't want you on my podcast. What I do is serious work. No, I can't just drop everything what I'm doing. No, come on, bro. Like, nah, I feel like we're just way too disrespected. I feel like we're way too disrespected.
No, I said I'm still playing. Like, I guess playing along. I said no. I'm part of the group. He's part of the group. I was talking in third person. I said he's part of the group because he didn't know it was me. He said, nah, this is the nigga that do the cameraman work shit. I'm like, bro, nah. I gotta go home. I gotta go back to Atlanta, bro. And bro, I'm actively telling this nigga like, yo, bro, this is. Bro, I feel like he's part of the group. He's like, no, he's darker. He's dark skinned. He's more darker, bro. Like, bro, it's over, bro. I had to come back to Atlanta, bro. And this is another thing. Bro, I took a whole smoke break in London, and I was on Asian Stream, and niggas still said I was high. I said, bro, I don't know, bro. And then even Phantom, when he posted that, somebody posted it. I had to say, I knew it was going to be some hate. I had to fucking mute it. But, yo, even when I was on, Phantom was talking about me not streaming. There was a clip on TikTok. And, bro, it was niggas saying I wasn't doing shit as an AMP member. Man, we got to find new AMP members. Nigga. I'm like, damn, my nigga, you dramatic as fuck. My nigga, chill. My nigga, Kai, Agent, Duke, Davis. All these niggas had years as a content creator.
Yes.
They had years.
I
was an editor for years.
Talk about it.
And nigga, me as me growing up, I had to continue to figure out shit. So me figuring out how to be a fucking content creator, I'm gonna figure out how to do that shit, nigga, the best way. But nigga, it'll be niggas saying I'm not doing shit. I'm like, god damn, bro. I be having niggas on I be having a small group of niggas that help me out, man.
Let me say this. Because I think that this is like the interesting dynamic that I can even relate to. Just a little bit. It might be a loose relation, but I think what Chris is coming around to, and it's conversations that has been had. I'm not just gonna say with just me, but I know others have had conversations with him about this. And everyone, like when you do a group project, the last thing that you want to do is get lost in the group. The last thing that you want to do is be only known for the group. And I don't think this is just, no, matter of fact, I don't think this is just unique to Chris. I know this isn't just unique to Chris. Because even when I was still working for AMP, there would be different times in which everybody would get confused with everybody. Everybody would get mistaken for somebody who, you know, isn't a part of the group or is loosely based in the group, et cetera, et cetera. And even like I'll get some dumbass verbiage around my role in AMP. AIM would, John would, my brother would. Like, there's 6 defined members, right? And I don't think that those defined members, no, let me not say that. I don't think that those defined members have problems, because they do. They have problems. I've been out places where legitimately, like, Kai was recognized, but what they recognized him from was calling him AMP. So like we did we didn't do a gas station video. We literally went to the gas station. This was at the end of the Squid Games video. We went to the gas station real quick to get drinks, to get snacks, and honestly to catch a little Zybe real quick. And so these dudes who ended up being the mayor's sons. This is when Keisha Bottoms was the mayor. It was crazy. It was the most random thing. We were at the gas station at like 1 a.m. or some real weird shit. But we went to the gas station, and the mayor's sons had pulled up and was like, "Oh, yo, that's AMP, that's AMP." And thinking that they were talking about the entirety of the group, they were like, "Can we get a picture?" And so usually when that happened, okay, we think they like, okay, they're pointing at 2 people. They were pointing at Duke and Kai. And then they hand Duke the phone and was like, "Can you take the picture?" And it was like it's kind of strange, because like I'm standing there. I think Chris was standing there. Like it was more people to take the picture that was standing there. But it was like, okay. He took the phone and was like, "Yo, appreciate you, AMP." Like dapped up Kai, calling him AMP. And I think thinking about it now, that's almost like when people call Wolverine X-Men. I don't know if y'all have ever heard anybody ever do that. But like my mom or some older people will be like, they'll see Wolverine and they'll be like, "Oh, that's X-Men. That's X-Men right there. That's X-Men." Or they'll call Pikachu Pokemon. But that's Pokemon. That's Pokemon right there. Like I know the overall thing, but I don't know his person's name. So that's Pokemon. That's X-Men. So I say all that to say, it's hard, especially when you a real person, getting caught up in the group name. Because after a while, that stuff gets tiring. And I'll say this, that's how a lot of like rock groups, boy bands, rap groups, and all that stuff, that's how they split up. Dead ass, that's how a lot of them split up. Because they feel like, oh, nah, I need to separate myself in a creatistical is crazy. I need to separate myself in a creatistical way. In an artistical way. Or nah, I can't just be the Bulls. I can't just be MJ and the Bulls. Nah, I can do my own thing. Shaq and Kobe. I can do my own thing. I can separate myself. Let me go ahead and separate myself real quick. So I know that is hard for Chris. That it would be crazy if they started calling me Let's Keep It a Buck. I would be pissed off. I hate it when they call me AMP Omar, Teacher Omar, you know, all that other stuff. And I'll say RDC is really, really humble, because I think that happens to them a lot as well. And hey,
with the post-production and everything like that, and like, nigga, we spending fucking all-nighters editing and shit for niggas to just say I don't do shit is crazy. But you know what I'm saying? It's how shit is.
Nah, I totally, like, when I say I totally get that, I totally get that. So it's just time for you to make a namesake for yourself, you know. Not saying that you getting caught up, but just make a little namesake for yourself in your own lane, in this content creation shit. Like, dead ass. That can get very old and very tiring. People just not acknowledging your genius, and that's truly what he's getting at. When people don't acknowledge the genius that